How's it going, folks? Before we get into today's episode, just wanted to quickly alert you, in case you didn't know, in case you haven't seen me on other social medias talk about it, the Boss Fight EP that we produced on this channel is finally live on all platforms. You can hear it on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, whatever is the platform you listen to music on. It would really mean a lot to me if you guys went and listened to it. Okay, on to today's video.
Okay, our new drum and bass track is starting to look a little bit more like a song now, rather than just a block of 8 bars. I'm generally happy with where this project is at. I do kind of feel the necessity to call myself out that, like, I said multiple times that I wanted this track to be about the drums and the bass, for the drums and the bass to be the thing that drives. And I still have yet to get the bass in a place where I feel like if it's just bass and just drums, it feels like a really competent track. But I am happy that the bass is clearly kind of the melody right now in its current state. I'll just play it through here. This is not where the track would start. This is kind of like basically the beginning of the build into the drop. So these pads will swell into this section. They won't start where they're at here. Anyway, you'll see. Anyways, let me just play it. And that's where we're at right now. The other thing that kind of feels bad too is that this snare I don't think really fits here. I think that the snare is so kind of aggressive, and I think that the drums still like work together. But that's a much more, I don't know, full, aggressive, give me a grungy bass to go with this, not a slow patty sort of sound. I want a little bit more lighter of a snare to go with this sound, so I might end up swapping that out and then just copy and pasting this groove with this snare over to another project and continuing to see if I can make a good, like, just drum and bass track. The bass did get a friend, so this is the bass we had yesterday. And now he's got this bro with him. We built this sound entirely from scratch, and it's pretty cool. I do like it. We're doing a few interesting things here that we haven't done before. This envelope's doing a lot of things. This is what the default envelope shape is, but I have this envelope being modulated by the note. The lower the note is, the longer the envelope is. So if I just kind of play them down, you'll watch the envelope grow as the notes go down. I wanted it at the bottom to kind of like go whom a little bit, or at the top I wanted to just go whum. I didn't want it to have to take as long when I'm playing higher notes. And originally this bass was kind of trying to mimic a Justin Hawkes Better Than Gold bass, and then it just kind of morphed into something else because I just was not able to make it anywhere close to what he had going on. But if you know the bass I'm talking about, there's like a little bit. It's a little bit in there. You can kind of hear it back there. So this envelope is being modulated by what note we're playing. It's controlling a lot of things here. It's controlling the distortion amount. It's controlling the cutoff down there. It's controlling the distortion spread and also the frequency morph spread. And if you're like, what are those things? This is a super cool thing from, I think from Bunting, I think is his name. I'll put the link down below. I hope I got the name right. It's a tutorial where he walks us through how to use cool advanced blending techniques, unison techniques. I love unisons and like voicing. And there's a lot of cool things you can do here to make your voicing a little bit different, and not just have your voices be these three things here. Also, he showed me that this is a control. This thing here controls how center versus mid-side your extra voices are, which is pretty cool. But these knobs here control where you are in the wavetable, and then either of these knobs, whatever these two knobs are set to, become these two knobs, and then you can kind of control the extra voices relationship to that affected parameter here. So you can see, and because I'm moving them here, it's moving kind of how spread the formant is. Like the formant is basically different, a little bit different for each of the voices, and in the middle of that note, it's a lot more different, and then it comes back down to being a little bit more together. This format knob is being controlled by a lot of different things here. It's being controlled by envelope 2 up here. It's also being controlled by the note, similar to the shape of envelope 2, where basically just a little, as we go up, the format kind of shifts up a little bit as well. It's being controlled by envelope 3 a lot more dramatically. This is what gives that actual wow sound where you watch it jump up there. Everything else is a little bit smaller. It's also being controlled by LFO2 here, which is just this step filter. And then the last thing is LFO4 here, which is set to like a whole 8 bars, is just slowly moving this comb filter. That sounded good. And then some compression, distortion, blah, blah, blah. And I have this on kind of like the more like the thirds. And so when you put the two together, it sounds like this. This to me is like hopecore drum and bass or something like that. I don't know. It's supposed to be like very like happy, it's gonna be okay music. I'm really intimidated by the idea of like trying to get into recording vocals, but I do think this could work really well with a vocal, like a na 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 something like that could be cool, but that does sound like a lot of work, and we'll see if I end up going with that. I have had to like so heavily resist the temptation to just throw the brass over the top of it, like. Have put that sound to a lot of things recently, so we're probably not going to do that in this song, and maybe go with a vocal thing, or maybe something a little bit lighter. We'll see. Maybe it ends up in the track. Anyways, that's all I had time for today. Yeah, continuing to learn. Thanks so much for watching. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.